Luke 12, verse 16. Then he told them a story. A rich man had a fertile farm that produced fine crops. He said to himself, "What should I do? I don't have room for all my crops." Then he said, "I know. I'll tear down my barns and build bigger ones. Then I'll have room enough to store all my wheat and other goods. And I'll sit back and say to myself, 'My friend, you have enough stored away for years to come. Now take it easy, eat, drink, and be merry.' But God said to him, 'You fool, you will die this very night. Then who will get everything you worked for?' Yes, a person is a fool to store up earthly wealth, but not have a rich relationship with God." Hi, welcome to Building Bridges. My name is Joe. This was covered at the church I attend a couple of weekends ago. And the pastor started off with the question, would you rather have $2 million or be content with what you already have? For me, I went to the be content with what I have. I guess that's the point, isn't it? To be happy with what we have, not to expect more or to overwork ourselves to the point that we have never the right amount. I went hunting this weekend, or these past couple of weeks, and I had the privilege of being able to hunt on my brother-in-law's property. And we're walking at night, towards afternoon or so, and we're walking up this hill, and I paused for a moment, and I'm looking over this big spread of property that my brother-in-law has, and it's like really amazing, It just makes you think, at what point is enough? And, I'm grateful for the things that I do have. Am I content? Not so much on the side of wanting more. I'm happy with the size and everything I have. For me, making some small improvements, kind of like this farmer here, he just doesn't have enough room in his barn, so he decides to make bigger barns, which in theory isn't a horrible thing, but it's not realizing or giving God the recognition of what he's blessed you with. And a few years ago, I didn't give God as much credit for what I've been blessed for in my life as much as I should have. And since I've gotten onto this journey with Christ and following God's lead and having him working with me in my life, there's a lot of things I give him more thanks for than I used to. And I'm grateful for the stuff that he gives me. He's given me some crazy talents to do some stuff that, I'm able to adapt to and make the changes necessary to get work tasks done or whatever jobs I have in front of me. Sometimes that's a curse and a blessing. But I'm grateful for that. I really am grateful. I'm grateful for the house and barn that he has put in our lives at a time when, I was trying to make a house that was too big for us and it was too much financially for us to take care of. It just wasn't getting us anywhere. So I'm grateful for the house he's given us and very blessed for that. And I guess that's part what the main reason I wanted to do this video is really just that sermon really hit me to work towards being content or grateful for what I already have, not to be looking for any excess of stuff. I know I've mentioned before that I work a lot, and sometimes that's controllable and sometimes that's not. But I have to put that in perspective, and I have to be more diligent about the time that I have to utilize it in a way that is more wiser and better than to spend all my time focusing only in one area and not giving the other areas of my life the time that it needs to have. It's kind of neat that we covered this in a group that we do. It's called Men of Integrity. We were actually talking about having a balanced spiritual life, basically. You know, giving God just as much time as we do everything else. And I personally, I try to do Bible readings and stuff like that in the morning. Usually gives me a pretty good start to my day. And I get to work, and I get working, and then I get home, I get lazy, and I get in front of the TV, or you get playing around on your phone. And I got to be more diligent about that to bring it more into perspective, so that I'm not wasting that time on stuff that's not going to make me better or help me be closer to God or follow Jesus better. The other thing I have to work on is make sure I make time for my wife. I mean, it's great that I can work and I can make the amount of money that I need to take care of our bills, but I got to have that quality time with my family as well. So those are a couple of things that, you know, all of us really need to pay attention to. Pay attention to what you have been blessed with, and to be grateful for what you have. Sometimes it's not exactly what you need, or what you feel you need, or the amount that you think you need. But I've seen it too many times in my life what God makes things happen, and just gives you that help through the time that you need Him. Like Jesus when He fed the 5,000 people. I mean, He had a little basket of fish and a couple pieces of bread, and He was able to feed all of them. So why do we get ourselves all worried and in a pickle when we get short somewhere and wondering where we're going to find it? God always puts something in place and gives you what you need when you need it, and I'm a firm believer in that. He's done it so many times, but you know, it's easy to forget too. It's easy for us to come across the next situation, and you need something somewhere, and you're in a panic. And I kind of have a little thing in my mind that I think God sits up there. Not that He does, but he sits up there and He chuckles and lets me spin around like a Tasmanian devil, all in a tizzy. And then He just puts like His finger on my forehead, on my top of my head, and stops me spinning, and boom, the problem's all fixed. So that's my little sense of humor about that situation. So this is just a short little video. I just wanted to share that, or carry on that thought that I received from the sermon 2 weekends ago at the church that I attend. And let's work on being grateful for what we have, utilize what we have, and make sure we give that time, give what we have the right amount of time. And let's not forget to thank God for everything that He's given us and what He has blessed us with, and be diligent and a good steward of what we have. Thank you, and have a good evening.